Today's going to be an exciting one as we'll be checking out Japan Transocean Air on their first international route connecting Japan and Taiwan. Japan Transocean Air, or JTA, is a member of the Japan Airlines group, and it's no secret Japan Airlines does international travel very, very well. But is premium economy worth the upgrade on this short flight? Come along and let's find out. Japan Transocean Air is a regional carrier of the Japan Airlines group based out of Naha, Okinawa. Generally a domestic airline, it began this once daily flight back in February 2026, connecting Taipei with the southernmost prefecture. One major benefit is that you'll save loads of time by completing immigration in Japan in a smaller airport. And hey, you're in Okinawa. Talk about getting two birds stoned at once. Check-in is located at the end of Terminal 2 and will be flying on flight NU 302, the return flight back to Naha in premium economy, the highest cabin available for this flight. I jumped up a flight of stairs to get a bird's eye view of the terminal before they got too high, and it appeared that the terminal didn't seem terribly busy for 7 in the morning. There are some restaurants and coffee shops behind me on this floor, but with the line for security and passport control filling up nicely, I jumped through before it got any longer. Besides, we have better fish to fry for those birds who have the munchies anytime soon. Okay, I digress. Alright, so from the line that we saw on the other side, it was actually pretty quick to get through security and the passport check, only a few minutes. Now, one thing that separates Japan Airlines, JAL Group, JTA, all those from other airlines is that premium economy is going to get you into the lounge. Let's see WestJet and Air Canada try out their premium economy. We'll love it. In Terminal 2, we do have the option of China Airlines since there is no JAL lounge there. It's located on the floor just above the customs hall, so let's go ahead and check it out. The lounge was quite a pleasant way to enjoy a few hours before my flight. It wasn't terribly busy, and there was plenty of lounge seating to choose from. I did need a morning coffee, so I beelined to the machine, though it wasn't the most desirable cup of joe I ever had. The lounge sports a noodle bar where dishes are made to order, and I had to try the Taiwanese braised beef noodle soup. It took a few minutes to prepare, so let's head over to the steamer station. Wow, this is incredible. What do we have here? Looks like some steamed Taiwanese meatballs. Amazing. Some pork siomais. I could have taken the whole steam tray of those. Love them. Then there's some vegetable steam buns, and to finish it off, some sesame steam buns. The lounge has an outstanding and delicious selection of hot and cold items. One of the better lounges I've been to, and I think it's comparable to Singapore's Silvercrest Lounge we visited in Seoul. Comfortably seated, we can enjoy a bit now, and wow, the noodle soup was fantastic. Highly recommend if you're passing through. And while I crush this down, here's a look at some other tasty delights you can find here. The lounge also has a shower, only one, which I was willing to check out. You have to sign up at the front, and although there were only 3 people ahead of me, they weren't the quickest, and I ended up running out of time. Oh well, maybe next time. Alright, so that's not a bad little lounge. Actually, the food is really good there. I really enjoyed my time. And we're off to gate D5, I believe, which according to the map isn't too far, so let's head there now. Gate 5 was only a stone's throw away. Poor birds. Gates in Taiwan are 1 floor lower than the main terminal floor, sort of a one-way street type of thing. But before heading down, we can see our Japan Transocean Air Boeing 737 already waiting for us at the gate. Boarding got underway just as I made my way down. So as I make my way to the plane, I'll take this moment to welcome new viewers to the channel, and I invite you to subscribe for continued aviation and travel related content, where you can check out my trip on Asiana's last Boeing 747 aircraft. Wow, if you're an aviation enthusiast, that's an experience you don't want to miss. Sadly, they retired the aircraft since then. And of course, if you're watching on an Android or Apple device, hyping the video is a great way to support the channel, and it helps its presence on the platform. Doesn't cost a thing, Many thanks. Today we'll be seated in 4A, the last row of Premium Economy. Unlike other premium products, there's no water bottles or pre-flight beverages before takeoff. At the gate beside us is a Japan Airlines 737 bound for Tokyo. Although the planes look similar, there are some differences. Japan Transocean Air flies only the Boeing 737-800, and we're on one of the 14 in their fleet. Each is configured with 165 seats across 2 cabins with 3 lavatories on board. Our aircraft is 7 years old, being delivered to the airline in December 2018. One difference between our plane and the 737 that was parked beside us is that Japan Airlines has aircraft configured for domestic and international flights. With a slightly different configuration, the international layout sits 21 less seats at 144 compared to their domestic counterpart, and the premium cabin is marketed as business. Since this is JTA's only international route, which started this year, they simply use the planes without any modifications. Our seat domestically is marketed as Class J. Taipei and Naha are 398 miles apart, taking a quick hour 10 minutes to get from A to B. Once we got up in the air, the meal service began. Ready to check out what we have? Here we go. Inside we have a menu card outlining the contents. The box contains a chocolate senbei, the pasta dish, and a water bottle, and an oshibori. The main dish tasted very good, nice tomato umami flavor with the diced chicken thighs on top and some fresh vegetables. For a cold dish, this worked really well. The senbei was an interesting bite. It was crispy on the outer circumference, as a senbei or cracker tends to be, and soft and chewy on the inside. Very unique texture profile, but was great. Think of a saltier, soft chocolate cookie. To drink, I enjoyed a Shikwa sour. I really enjoyed this citrus fruit. Has a nice, bright, exciting flavor and a great beverage to enjoy with the flight. Now time to sit back and enjoy and watch the wonderful sights pass by. There are 3 lavatories on board. This is the view from one at the rear of the plane, and yeah, it's what you expect and was kept clean throughout the flight. Walking back to our seat, we can see that the premium economy is set up with 4 rows in a 2-3 seating configuration, a little more compact with the added seat per row, as most premium products on 737s tend to be 4 seats across, but again, this is used for domestic flights. Each seat has an Okinawa themed antimacassar. The seats are quite plush, Japan Airlines' older Class J product, and makes for a comfortable experience. Seat back you'll find a coat hook, and below is a pocket with Koroway, Japan Transocean Air's Inflight magazine, which differs from the magazine found on Japan Airlines' mainline fleet with a focus on Okinawa. Seat pitch is 38 inches, providing ample legroom. Between the seats is a center console. Though it is equipped with an audio function, it really isn't used. The front face, though, has been updated with USB-A and C charging port. The opposite armrest has the seat and leg recline levers and houses the tray table. And above you have the reading light and air control. Overall, the premium class is a very comfortable and enjoyable way to enjoy the flight. Not the newest hard product in the sky, but has been well cared for and does a great job. Free Wi-Fi is provided on this flight, which is nice to see. It was quick and easy to connect to, and it's the same system as found on domestic flights. The magazine is also worthwhile to flip through too. It shows you what you can expect for the onboard service, in our case, July and August 2026, and there's a different menu for the inbound and outbound flights. Of course, there's also the current route map, and with the focus on Okinawa, the airline connects many islands of the prefectures to the capital and then off to the mainland. And if you collect or count air miles, they got you covered. And just like that, an hour or so, our flight is just about coming to an end. And well, how was that? I thought it was a fun experience, besides not feeling 100%. Lounge access for premium economy is a large selling point, and the hospitality of the crew and friendly service didn't go unnoticed. The meal on board was very nice and fresh and worked well for the short flight. With the congestions in airports such as Narita, Haneda, Kansai, flying into smaller airports really does speed things up, and I was out in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. If you can snag a premium economy seat for a good price, or upgrade or buy with points, I'd say go for it. When it comes to purchasing a ticket, Japan Airlines charges a steep price for one-way international itineraries, but round trips can be quite reasonable. For this one-way flight, I ended up purchasing it with 15,000 Japan Airlines points. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Japan Transocean Air's first international route, and I'll catch you in the next video.